This land is your land, and this land is my land. From the California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. As I went a-walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway, saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me a voice was sounding, this land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining, then I was strolling in the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling. The voice was chanting as the fog was lifting, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining, then I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, the dust clouds rolling, the voice coming chanting, and the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me.
Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes on the hillside, little boxes all the same. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And the people in the houses all went to the university where they were put in boxes and they came out all the same. And there's doctors and lawyers and business executives, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And they all play on the golf course and drink their martinis dry, and they all have pretty children, and the children go to school, and the children go to summer camp, and then to the university where they are put in boxes and they come out all the same. And the boys go into business and marry and raise a family in boxes made of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same.
Oh, I marched to the Battle of New Orleans at the end of the early British wars. The young land started growing, the young blood started flowing, but I ain't a-marching anymore. For I killed my share of Injuns in 1,000 different fights. I was there at the Little Big Horn. I heard many men a-lying, I saw many more a-dying, but I ain't a-marching anymore. It's always the old to lead us to the wars, always the young to fall. Now look at all we've won with the saber and the gun. Tell me, is it worth it all? For I stole California from the Mexican land, fought in the bloody Civil War. Yes, I even killed my brothers and so many others, but I ain't a-marching anymore. For I marched to the battles of the German trench in a war that was bound to end all wars. Oh, I must have killed 1 million men and now they want me back again, but I ain't a-marching anymore. It's always the old to lead us to the wars, always the young to fall. Now look at all we've won with the saber and the gun. Tell me, is it worth it all? For I flew the final mission in the Japanese skies, set off the mighty mushroom roar. When I saw the cities burning, I knew that I was learning that I ain't a-marching anymore. Now the labor leaders screaming when they close a missile plant. United Fruit screams at the Cuban shore. Call it peace or call it treason, call it love or call it reason, but I ain't a-marching anymore. No, I ain't a-marching anymore.
It is 8:10. I'm DJ Jane. This is the inaugural episode of Get Folked, the radio show on KTSW dedicated to all things folk music. Thank you for listening. This is something I've been working for ever since I started here at KTSW, and I'm so excited to get started. So we kicked it off with This Land Is Your Land by Woody Guthrie, the classic song of a generation, of a song of appreciation. Then we had Little Boxes by Malvina Reynolds, an anti-suburbanite song. Then you just heard The Times They Are A-Changin' by Bob Dylan, the song of a generation. And we kicked it off right in the middle with I Ain't Marchin' Anymore by Phil Ochs. Now, if you can see a connection between all of these, the connection is protest. And that is the theme of our first episode, protest. That song was from Pawn in Their Game, their 1965 album. This song takes the perspective of a soldier on the ground in every major American war leading up to Vietnam. Ochs is probably the quintessential folk protest artist for me. His work is prolific. Next up, we have the answer to that wonderful Woody Guthrie optimism, This Land Is Your Land by Utah Phillips.
The lost verses to This Land Is Your Land? Oh, God. As I was walking an endless bread line, my landlord gave me a 2-week deadline. The local paper printed a better headline. This land is not for you and me. This land is their land, it is not our land. From your plush apartment to your Cadillac car land, from your Wall Street office to your Hollywood starland. Oh, this land is not for you and me. And take your slogan and kindly stow it. If this is our land, you'd never know it. Let's get together and overthrow it. Hey, this land was made for you and me.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall all be free. We shall all be free. We shall all be free someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
That was We Shall Overcome by Pete Seeger, one of the giants of the protest folk music, for good reason. That song, We Shall Overcome, is still found at protest marches today. It's really moving, really beautifully written, and Seeger's one of the greats. But I want to shine a spotlight on the song before that. This Land Is Not Our Land by Utah Phillips. Really, really good, really funny. And we're going to hear some more of him later. Really just an incredible songwriter. His songwriting skills are so exquisite in their truthfulness. That was from his 1999 album, Making Speech Free. Like I said, folk artists were not just a serious bunch. They were quite satirical, as you'll hear next with Love Me, I'm a Liberal by Phil Ochs.
In every American community, you have varying shades of political opinion. One of the shadiest of these is the liberals. an outspoken group on many subjects. 10 degrees to the left of center in good times, 10 degrees to the right of center if it affects them personally. So here then is a lesson in safe logic.
I cried when they shot Medgar Evers. Tears ran down my spine. And I cried when they shot Mr. Kennedy, as though I'd lost a father of mine. But Malcolm X got what was coming. He got what he asked for this time. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Get it? I go to civil rights rallies and I put down the old DAR. DAR, that's the dykes of the American Revolution. I love Harry and Sidney and Sammy. I hope every colored boy becomes a star. But don't talk about revolution. That's going a little bit too far. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. I cheered when Humphrey was chosen, my faith in the system restored. And I'm glad that the commies were thrown out from the AFL-CIO board. And I love Puerto Ricans and Negroes, as long as they don't move next door. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Ah, the people of old Mississippi should all hang their heads in shame. Now I can't understand how their minds work. What's the matter, don't they watch Les Crane? But if you ask me to bus my children, I hope the cops take down your name. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Yes, I read New Republic and Nation. I've learned to take every view. You know, I've memorized Lerner and Golden. I feel like I'm almost a Jew. But when it comes to times like Korea, there's no one more red, white, and blue. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. I vote for the Democratic Party. They want the UN to be strong. I attend all the Pete Seeger concerts. He sure gets me singing those songs. And I'll send all the money you ask for, but don't ask me to come on along. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Sure, once I was young and impulsive, I wore every conceivable pin. Even went to socialist meetings, learned all the old Union hymns. Ah, but I've grown older and wiser, and that's why I'm turning you in. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal.
This January, George and I experienced a rather severe trauma. We had to go down to the draft board to take our Army physicals. It was pretty wild. It started out at 6:30 in the morning by a great burly sergeant, I guess he was, standing out in the cold and saying, "All right, boys and girls, get in the truck." And then from then on, it was really hell. But we didn't have it quite so bad as some of the other fellows did. There was a group of 4 rock and roll singers standing out in the corridor at the draft board, standing out there in their underwear, looking rather cold and miserable and unhappy, and singing a song that kind of expressed the sentiments of everybody who was there. This is the song, the rock and roll song that we heard at the draft board. Please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't want to go, bang, bang. Please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't want to go, I don't want to play no Russian roulette. I don't want to go, I'm too young to die yet. Well, I ain't gonna smoke that last cigarette. Oh, please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't want to go, bang, bang. Please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't want to go, the shelter is ready, my bag I'm gonna pack, in case old Khrushchev decides to attack. There's a good chance for that if you send Lyndon Johnson back. Whoa, please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't want to go, bang, bang. Please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't want to go, too young to vote, so what do I get? Shot out of the sky by a Russian jet. Well, there might be hope for Richard Nixon yet. Oh, please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't want to go, bang, bang. Please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't want to go, Reason with him, Jackie.
That was Please Mr. Kennedy by the Gold Coast Singers. A version of that song was on Inside Llewyn Davis, the Coen Brothers movie set in the folk scene in 60s New York. I love that song because it's so culturally specific. It was before Kennedy was shot, before Watergate, before Lyndon Johnson, before we were in full swing of Vietnam. Really fascinating. You know, folk artists are always kind of split between the people who are making money and those who are just so laser focused on change. Ox was that kind of person. Same with Utah Phillips. But with this humor that they had came a degree of nihilism, which is something that, you know, I and lots of people my generation can absolutely relate to. Trying to change this massive system that we were born into. That doesn't stop him from being funny, but it makes for a sad song, kinda. Here's another song, which is a cover of Phil Ox called The Draft Dodger Rag by Noah Goldstein. This is KTSW 89.9.
Well, I'm just a typical American boy from a typical American town. I believe in God and Senator Dodd and keeping old Castro down. And when it came my time to serve, I knew better dead than red. But when I got to my old draft board, buddy, this is what I said. Sarge, I'm only 18, got a ruptured spleen, and I always carry a purse. I got eyes like a bat, my feet are flat, my asthma's getting worse. Just think of my career, my sweetheart dear, my poor old invalid aunt. Besides, I ain't no fool, I'm a-going to school and I'm a-working in a defense plant. I got a dislocated disc and a racked up back, I'm allergic to flowers and bugs. And when the bombshell hits, I get epileptic fits and I'm addicted to 1,000 drugs. I got the weakness woes, I can't touch my toes, I can hardly reach my knees. And if the enemy came close to me, well, I'd probably start to sneeze. Yes, I'm only 18, got a ruptured spleen, and I always carry a purse. Got eyes like a bat, my feet are flat, and my asthma's getting worse. Just think of my career, my sweetheart dear, my poor old invalid aunt. Besides, I ain't no fool, I'm a-going to school and I'm a-working in a defense plant. I hate show and lie and I hope he dies, but one thing you gotta see is that someone's gotta go over there, and that someone isn't me. So I wish you well, Sarge, give 'em hell, kill me 1,000 or so. And if you ever get a war without blood and gore, well, I'll be the first to go. Yes, I'm only 18, got a ruptured spleen, and I always carry a purse. Got eyes like a bat, my feet are flat, my asthma's getting worse. Just think of my career, my sweetheart dear, my poor old invalid aunt. Besides, I ain't no fool, I'm a-going to school and I'm a-working in a defense plant. Draft Dodger Rag.
Well, Come on, all of you big strong men. Uncle Sam needs your help again. Got himself in a terrible jam way down yonder in Vietnam. Put down your books, pick up a gun. We're gonna have a whole lot of fun. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. Well, there ain't no time to wonder why. Whoopee, we're all gonna die. Come on, generals, and let's move fast. Your big chances come at last. Now you can't go out and get those reds. Only good commie is one that's dead. You know that peace can only be won when we've blown them all the kingdom come. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. Well, there ain't no time to wonder why. Whoopee, we're all gonna die. Hey! Come on, Wall Street, don't be slow. I man this war a go-go. There's plenty good money to be made, supplying the army with the tools of the trade. Just hope and pray if they drop the bomb, they drop it on the Viet Cong. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. Well, there ain't no time to wonder why. Whoopee, we're all gonna die. Now come on, mothers throughout the land, pack your boys off to Vietnam. Come on, fathers, don't hesitate. Send your sons off before it's too late. And you could be the first ones on your block to have your boy come home in a box. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. El Salvador, Nicaragua, Lebanon, Angola. Whoa, yeah, there ain't no time to wonder why. Whoopee, we're all gonna die. Hey, da 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 ba ba da da, dee da dee dee da ba ba do ba, ba 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 da ba ba ba.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm fixing to die rag by Country Joe McDonald. Before that, we have Draft Dodger Rag by Noel Goldstein. There was a fun joke of being a rag, like an old, like the Union hymns that Phil Ox mentioned is his song. But I don't know, it's really crazy to think of a time where, as a young man, your prospects were just to be sent off to war, or as a young woman, you're practically a second-class citizen. Just such a fascinating time. It's a lot of things we can draw to now. Yeah, Country Joe McDonald, so amazing. We'll hear some more of him next week for a Freak Folk episode, Acid Folk. Definitely stay tuned for that. That's going to be a really fun one. That's Country Joe McDonald and the Fish, the band that he was attached to. Before the song at concerts, he would spell out the band's name and he'd go, give me an F, give me an I, give me an S, give me an H, and they would receive it back. Well, at Woodstock, he spelled out a different four-letter word that starts with an F.
You get a weather report, and you get a weather report. Everyone gets a KTSW weather report.
That's right, it's 8:32, time for your weather report. It's 89 right now, going to cool off to 76. It's not bad out right now if you want to catch a little bit of light that's left. Tomorrow we're going to have a lovely cloudy high of 98, low of 76, not too humid either. Do some of that yard work you've been putting off. Take your dog out. You won't burn under the sun or melt into the street. After these messages, we have Lyndon Johnson Told the Nation by Tom Paxton. I'm DJ Jane. Stick around.
It's so sad being a piece of trash on the ground, left to blow in the wind. Some people just toss me aside, not knowing what I'm capable of. As litter, I spread toxins into the soil and water due to runoff, and even harm wildlife when they mistake me for food and eat me. Others look at me with disgust as they lay around, tarnishing the beautiful scenery. Oh, with the help of mindful people who discard me in trash or recycling bins, I can live out my days in peace. A message from KTSW, the other side of radio.
We're here.
Aw, man, I wish we could keep on listening to KTSW.
No worries, we can just go on the Texas State mobile app and listen there. The Texas State mobile app now allows you to listen to 89.9 on your phone no matter where you are. Just look for the round KTSW 89.9 button on the app's homepage and you can instantly stream our radio station live. This new feature even allows you to stream while outside of the app. Tune in and we'll see you on the other side of radio.
Quick, turn it on. I really want to listen.
I got a letter from LBJ. It said, "This is your lucky day. It's time to put your khaki trousers on. Though it may seem very clear we've got no jobs to give you here, so we are sending you to Vietnam." Lyndon Johnson told the nation, "Have no fear of escalation. I am trying everyone to please. Though it isn't really war, we're sending 50,000 more to help save Vietnam from Vietnamese." I jumped off the old troop ship and sank in mud up to my hips. I cussed until the captain called me down. Never mind how hard it's raining, think of all the ground we're gaining. Just don't take one step outside of town. Lyndon Johnson told the nation, "Have no fear of escalation. I am trying everyone to please. Though it isn't really war, we're sending 50,000 more to help save Vietnam from Vietnamese." Every night the local gentry slip out past the sleeping sentry. They go out to join the old VC. In their nightly little dramas, they put on their black pajamas and come lobbing mortar shells at me. But Lyndon Johnson told the nation, "Have no fear of escalation. I am trying everyone to please. Though it isn't really war, we're sending 50,000 more to help save Vietnam from Vietnamese." We'd go around in helicopters like a bunch of big grasshoppers, searching for the Viet Cong in vain. They left a note that they had gone. They had to get down to Saigon, their government positions to maintain. And Lyndon Johnson told the nation, "Have no fear of escalation. I am trying everyone to please. Though it isn't really war, we're sending 50,000 more to help save Vietnam from Vietnamese." Well, here I sit in this rice paddy, wondering about Big Daddy, and I know that Lyndon loves me so. Yet how sadly I remember way back yonder in November when he said I'd never have to go. But Lyndon Johnson told the nation, "Have no fear of escalation. I am trying everyone to please. Though it isn't really war, we're sending 50,000 more to help save Vietnam from Vietnamese."
Some people say a man is made out of mud, but a poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood, skin and bones, they got a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. He loads 16 tons, and what do you get? You get another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Well, I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. Picked up my shovel and I walked to the mines. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal. The straw boss said, well, bless my soul. He loaded 16 tons, and what do you get? You get another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Was born one morning, it was a drizzling rain. See, fighting and trouble is my middle name. Raised in a canebrake by an old mama lion. There can't no high-toned woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons and what do you get? You get another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Well, if you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, and a lot of men died. One fist of iron and the other one of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? You get another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to Tennessee Ernie Ford.
That was the amazing 16 Tons by Merle Travis. That first line that, some people say a man is built out of mud. Love that line. Before that, we had Lyndon Johnson, Told the Nation by Tom Paxton. Awesome song. Another great folk artist we're going to be hearing on later, not this show, but some of the shows in the future. Stay tuned. His album Ain't That the News is wonderful. But what we're seeing now with songs like 16 Tons is folk artists, and in Merle Travis' cases, folk country artists, another one of the shows coming up, are digging into some of the other problems faced by the common man instead of just, Vietnam. Stuff like economic hardship, unions, labor, all of these wonderful left-leaning things. Up next, we have one of my favorite songs on the show today, another Utah Phillips, All Used Up. By the way, you should follow me on Instagram at get_folked899. That's get_folked899. This is DJ Jane on KTSW 89.9.
I spent my whole life making somebody rich. I busted my latch, and he left me to die like a dog in a ditch, and told me I'm all used up. He used up my labor, he used up my time. He plundered my body and squandered my mind, and gave me a pension of handouts and wine, and told me I'm all used up. My kids are in hock to a god you call work, slaving their lives out for some other jerk. Yeah, my youngest in Frisco just made shipping clerk, and he don't know I'm all used up. Young people reaching for power and gold don't have respect for anything old. For pennies they're bought and for promises sold. Someday they'll all be used up. They use up the oil, they use up the trees, they use up the air and they use up the sea. Well, how about you, friend, and how about me? What's left when we're all used up? I'll finish my life in this crummy hotel. It's lousy with bugs and my God, what a smell. But my plumbing still works and I'm clear as a bell. Don't tell me I'm all used up. Outside my window the world passes by, gives me a handout and spits in my eye. And no one can tell me, 'cause no one knows why. I'm living but I'm all used up. Sometimes in my dreams I sit by a tree. My life is a book of how things used to be. And kids gather around and they listen to me, and they don't think I'm all used up. And there's songs and there's laughter and things I can do, and all that I've learned I can give back to you. I'd give my last breath just to make it come true. No, I'm not all used up. They use up the oil and they use up the trees. They use up the air and they use up the sea. Well, how about you, friend, and how about me? What's left when we're all used up?
Men walking along the railroad tracks, going someplace and there's no going back. Highway patrol choppers coming up over the ridge. Hot soup on a campfire in the bridge. Shelter line stretching round the corner. Welcome to the New World Order. Families sleeping in their cars in the Southwest. No home, no job, no peace, no rest. Well, the highway is alive tonight, but nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire line, searching for the ghost of Tom Jones. He pulls a prayer book out of his sleeping bag. Preacher lights up a butt and takes the drag, waiting for when the last shall be first and the first shall be last. In a cardboard box neath the underpass, got a one-way ticket to the promised land. Hole in your belly and a gun in your hand, sleeping on a pillow of solid rock, bathing in the city aqueduct. The highway is alive tonight, the way it's headed everybody knows. I'm sitting down here in the campfire line, waiting on the ghost of Tom Jones. Tom said, Mom, wherever there's a cop beating a guy, wherever a hungry newborn baby cries, there's a fight against the blood and hatred in the air. Look for me, Mom, I'll be there. Where there's somebody fighting for a place to stand, a decent job or a helping hand, maybe somebody struggling to be free. Look in the eyes, Mom, you'll see me. The highway is alive tonight, but nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire line, with the ghost of old Tom Jones.
We kicked it off with All Used Up by Utah Phillips. He's such an awesome leftist songwriter. Saddest thing to hear in that song that he writes, like as an older person, how people are discarded by a capitalist society that just uses them up. You know, the people are worth so much more than just their labor, and Utah Phillips so beautifully writes that. After that, we had Ghost of Tom Joad by Bruce Springsteen. Bruce is not a classic folk artist, but he's definitely one of my favorites, thanks to my dad. Hey out there, Joe Paul. Ghost of Tom Joad is such a heartbreaking song. We're going to hear more of him in the summer, especially his album, Nebraska. It didn't fit today, but another one of his songs, 41 Shots, is really, really awesome. Yeah. Now, if you're around Texas State campus and it's late and you're alone, request a ride through the Tap Ride app. You can call Night Cats, and they'll give you a ride anywhere else on campus. You can search Tap Ride on your mobile device's app store to download. Once you've downloaded it, you can log into with your NetID and password and select on location on campus for departure and arrival that the app list provides. And you'll be able to track your ride so you know where and when the drive will be at all times. Be safe out there. Campus can be really spooky at night, so just be careful. Up next, after these messages, we have the 1913 Massacre by Arlo Guthrie. This is KTSW 89.9.
Take a trip with me in 1913 to Calumet, Michigan in the copper country. I'll take you to a place called Italian Hall, where the miners are having their big Christmas ball. Take you in a door and up a high stairs, and singing and dancing is heard everywhere. I'll let you shake hands with the people you'll see, and watch the kids dance round the big Christmas tree. There's talking and laughing and songs in the air, and the spirit of Christmas is there everywhere. Before you know it, you're friends with us all, and you're dancing around and around in the hall. You ask about work and you ask about pay, and they'll tell you they make less than $1 a day, working their copper claims and risking their lives. It's fun to spend a Christmas with the children and wife. A little girl sits down by the Christmas tree lights to play the piano, so you've got to keep quiet to hear all this fun. You would not realize that the copper boss thug men are milling outside. The copper boss thugs stick their heads in the door, and one of them yelled and screamed, "There's a fire!" A lady, she hollered, "There's no such a thing. Keep on with your party, there's no such a thing." A few people rushed and it was only a few. It's just the scabs and the thugs fooling you. A man grabbed his daughter and he carried her down, and the thugs held the door and he could not get out. And then others followed, about 100 or more, but most everybody remained on the floor. The gun thugs had laughed at their murderous joke, and the children were smothered on the stairs by the door. Such a terrible sight I never did see. We carried our children back up to that tree. The scabs outside still laughed at their spree, and the children that died there were 73. The piano played a slow funeral tune, and the town was lit up by a cold Christmas moon. The parents, they cried, and the miners, they moaned. See what your greed for money has done.
Support for KTSW is provided by Studio San Martian, a community art space and retail store selling clothes, jewelry, tea, crystals, and more. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 12 till 8 at 1904 Ranch Road 12, less than a mile from Texas State. More info on upcoming music and art events on their Facebook and Instagram pages at Studio San Martian.
I'm having so much trouble with my writing. Maybe I should go check out Twitter. Maybe a snack would help.
Go visit the Texas State Writing Center. You can register for a one-on-one session to help with your writing. They can help with brainstorming, formatting, revision, and so much more. Visit writingcenter.txstate.edu for directions and to register for an appointment.
Now about that snack.
A message from KTSW, the other side of radio.
Hey there, partner. Now you might think it's gotta be boring out here in the desert all by my lonesome, but this old cowpoke is never without entertainment because I can stream KTSW 89.9 even way out here on the frontier. And you can too by going to ktsw.txstate.edu.
The mayor hides the crime rates. Councilwoman hesitates, public gets irate, but forgets to vote dates. Weatherman complaining, predicted sun it's raining. Everyone's protesting, boyfriend keeps adjusting. You're not like all of the rest. Garbage ain't collected, women ain't protected. Politicians using people they're abusing. The mafia's getting bigger, like pollution in the river. And you tell me that this is where it's at. Woke out this morning with an ache in my head. I splashed on my clothes as I spilled out of bed. I opened the window to listen to the news, but all I heard was the establishment's blues. Gun sales are soaring, housewives find life boring. Divorce the only answer, smoking causes cancer. This system's gonna fall soon to an angry young tune, and that's a concrete cold fact. The Pope digs population, freedom from taxation. Teeny bops are uptight, drinking at a stoplight. Miniskirt is flirting, I can't stop so I'm hurting. Spencer sells her hopeless chest. Adultery plays the kitchen, bigot cops than fiction. The little man gets shafted, sons and money's drafted. Living by a timepiece, new or in the Far East. Can you pass a Rorschach test? It's a hassle, it's an educated guess. Well, frankly, I couldn't care less.
I hate the capitalist system, and I'll tell you the reason why. It has caused me so much suffering and my dearest friends to die. Well, I know you all are wondering what it has done to me. Well, I am going to tell you that my husband has TB, brought on by hard work and low wages and never enough to eat. From going cold and hungry with no shoes upon his feet. My husband was a coal miner who worked hard and risked his life just trying to support 3 children, himself, his mother and wife. Well, I had a blue-eyed baby, was was a darling of my heart, but from my little darling, her mother had to part, while the rich and mighty capitalist goes dressed in jewels and silk. My darling blue-eyed baby has died for the want of milk. Well, they call this land of plenty, and for them I guess it's true. For the rich and mighty capitalists, not for workers like me and you. Well, now, what can we do about it to these men of power and might? Well, I tell you, Mr. Capitalist, we are going to fight, fight, fight.
Hi, this is Steph from Adult Mom. You're listening to KTSW San Marcos.
Come round by my side and I'll sing you a song. I'll sing it so softly it'll do no one wrong. On Birmingham Sunday the blood ran like wine, and the choir kept singing of freedom. That cold autumn morning, no eye saw the sun, and Addie Mae Collins, her number was 1. In an old Baptist church there was no need to run, and the choir kept singing of freedom. The clouds, they were dark, and the autumn wind blew, and Denise McNair brought the number to 2. The falcon of death was a creature they knew, and the choir kept singing of freedom. The church, it was crowded, and no one could see that Cynthia Wellesley's dark number was 3. Her prayers and her feelings would shame you and me, and the choir kept singing of freedom. Young Carol Robertson entered the door, and the number her killers had given was 4. She asked for a blessing, but asked for no more, and the choir kept singing of freedom. On Birmingham Sunday, a noise shook the ground, and people all over the earth turned around. For no one recalled a more cowardly sound, and the choir kept singing of freedom. The men in the forest, they once asked of me, how many blackberries grow in the blue sea? I asked them right back with a tear in my eye, how many dark ships in the forest? The Sunday has come, 'cause Sunday has gone, and I can't do much more than to sing you a song. I'll sing it so softly it'll do no one wrong, and the choir keeps singing of freedom.
That was Birmingham Sunday by Joan Baez. We kicked it off with the 1913 Massacre by Arlo Guthrie. After that was This Is Not a Song, It's an Outburst, or The Establishment Blues by Rodriguez, and I Hate the Capitalist System by Barbara Dane. You know, the 1913 Massacre was based on a real event where bourgeoisie labor bosses started a stampede by calling fire at a Christmas event for striking workers, caused the death of a lot of people, especially a lot of kids. Same with Joan Baez with Birmingham Sunday. It was about a white supremacist attack on a black church. Yeah, powerful stuff. Love that Rodriguez song. He has another terrific song called I Think of You. So lovely. And of course, Barbara Dane speaking some truth. I hate the capitalist system. Up next, we have War on the Workers by Ann Feeney. This is KTSW 89.9.
Listen up, we've got a war zone here today, right in our heartland. And across the USA, these multinational bastards don't use tanks and guns, it's true. But they've declared a war on us, fight back, it's up to you. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers. And it's time we started calling the shots. Going to work could be the death of you and me, but we're not unarmed. Our weapons, solidarity. Jim Beals and Karen Silkwood, the list goes on and on. With every year that passes, 60,000 more gone. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers, and it's time we started calling the shots. When they boost your copay, war on the workers. Don't you know what to say? War on the workers. When they talk privatization, war on the workers. And cooperation, war on the workers. When they call you a team, war on the workers. You better learn how to scream. War on the workers. Oh, that's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers, and it's time we started calling the shots. They can lock us out, they can lock us up, we cannot give in. No more lies, no compromise, we'll battle till we win. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers, and it's time we started calling the shots. When they talk flexibility, war on the workers. Every working stiff can see. War on the workers. Now when they poison your water, war on the workers. Don't go like lambs to the slaughter. War on the workers. And when they foul up the air, war on the workers. You gotta show that you care. War on the workers. When they talk WTO, war on the workers. You best be screaming, oh! War on the workers. Oh, that's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers. It's a war on public education. It's a war on child labor protection. It's a war on the 8-hour day. It's a war on occupational health and safety. It's a war on social security. Now thanks to WTO, GATT, NAFTA, MAI, the IMF, and the World Bank, it's a worldwide war. Oh, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Yeah, it's a war on the workers. War on the workers. Oh, it's a war on the workers. And it's time, sisters and brothers, you know it's time right now. I said it's time we started calling the shots.
toil night and day, by hand and by brain, to earn your pay who for centuries long past, for no more than your bread, have bled for your countries and counted your dead in the factories and mills, in the shipyards and mines. We've often been told to keep up with the times, but our skills are not needed. They've streamlined the job, and we're slide rule and stopwatch our pride they have robbed. Aye, but when the sky darkens and the prospect is war, who's given a gun and then pushed to the fore and expected to die for the land of our birth, though we've never owned one handful of earth? First ones to starve, we're the first ones to die, we're the first ones in line for that pie in the sky, and we're always the last when the cream is shared out, for the worker is working when the fat cat's about. Aye, and all of these things the worker has done, from tilling the fields to carrying the gun. We've been yoked to the plough since time first began, aye, and always expected to carry the can.
That was The Workers' Song by Dick Gaughan, and before that was War on the Workers by Anne Feeney. I love the folk protest songs that are the most militant. That song especially gets me going so much. Now, do you know the best way to escape the Industrial Revolution and its consequences, i.e. capitalism? Go to nature. Especially Purgatory Creek Natural Area on 2102 Hunter Road, San Marcos. If you're looking for an easy hike or scenic picnic spot close to town, the Purgatory Creek Natural Area is close by and within the Edwards Aquifer area. It's one of my favorite places to go in San Marcos. I especially love going up near Ranch Road on the way to Wimberley and hiking all the way to Minotaur Trail. It's this beautiful overlook. I think it's actually closed right now because of some endangered mating birds. But still, go to Purgatory. It's amazing. It's wonderful. So refreshing. Up next after these messages, we have Where Are the Barricades by Leon Roslin. This is KTSW 89.9. I'm DJ Jane.
With 251 acres of natural beauty, Spring Lake Natural Area in San Marcos is perfect for hiking, biking, bird watching, and photography. Visit Spring Lake Natural Area and be one with nature, my dudes. Go to meadowcenter.txstate.edu for more information. A message from KTSW, the other side of radio. Ha ha ha.
Oh no, I missed the game this past weekend.
Geez, I don't have to worry about that. I just look at the sports section of the KTSW blog.
KTSW has a blog?
Yup, it's filled with podcasts, music reviews, news, and their top tracks. You can find it at ktswblog.net.
Spear is wagging his finger, Marx is scratching his head. They ought to be shing the bankers, but they're giving them money instead. The pleb should be storming the ramparts and whetting the guillotine's blade, singing capitalism's in crisis, so where are the barricades? Why don't they close down the city and throw all the gamblers in jail. But they're still making money, make money, as they slice up the future for sale. And Sir Numskull still hugging his bonus. Lord Grab has made off with the loot. And the slick city traders, the corporate raiders, freebooters and fraudsters, hedge fund speculators, the stock market scammers, brain dead regulators, why aren't they all getting the boot? See how the bubbles are bursting, all that's solid melts into air. The stairs are beginning to rattle, and the rats are beginning to stare. There are cracks in the walls and the ceiling, and smoke's pouring out the front door. But the creme de la creme are all betting that the flames never reach the top floor. They tell us that cuts are essential to keep this rust bucket afloat. But nobody seems to be asking, why don't we just scupper the boat? They say we're all in this together, just like we were in the war. And in time the wheels will start turning again, and we'll all carry on as before. At last I see workers protesting, but there isn't a red flag in sight. And where are the banners proclaiming, workers of the world must unite? Do they call for the heads of the bosses, sing for capitalism's last days, or is it British jobs for British workers? What nincompoop thought up that phrase? We're pissed off, of course, and we're angry, but revolution is not really us. Give us football and Strictly Come Dancing, and we won't make too much of a fuss. Give us someone to trust and to lead us, who knows the way out of this maze, so we can go on consuming forever, or at least till the end of our days. Robespierre is smart in his pinstripe suit, Karl Marx looks cool in his shades. Yes, capitalism's in crisis, my dear, but where are the barricades? Where are the barricades?
Conditions, they are bad, and some of you are sad. You cannot see your enemy, the class that lives in luxury. You working men are poor, will be forevermore. As long as you permit the few to guide your destiny, shall we still be slaves and work for wages? It is outrageous, has been for ages. This earth by right belongs to toilers, and not to spoilers of liberty. The master class is small, but they have lots of gall. When we unite to gain our right, if they resist, we'll use our might. There is no middle ground. This fight must be one round. To victory for liberty, our class is marching on. Shall we still be slaves and work for wages? It is outrageous, has been for ages. This earth by right belongs to toilers, and not to spoilers of liberty. Working men unite, we must put up a fight to make us free from slavery and capitalistic tyranny. This fight is not in vain, we've got a world to gain. Will you be a fool, a capitalist tool, and serve your enemy? Shall we still be slaves and work for wages? It is outrageous, has been for ages. This earth by right belongs to toilers, and not to spoilers of liberty.
Working Men Unite by Joe Glasser. Before that was Where Are the Barricades by Leon Rosland. Now, I was looking into Leon, and he wrote about 15 children's books, which is kind of crazy considering the content of that song. I hope there is Leftists as his music. I may have to go and buy them when I have a kid. Now, leftists and folks have been intertwined since folk's inception. It was the music of the people, and there was once a socialist movement in America. There were socialist parties and candidates, and folk music was an integral part of it. Now, coming up next is one of the saddest songs of our 2 hours. It's called The Ballad of Penny Evans by Steve Goodman. Then after that is The War Drags On by Donovan. This is KTSW 89.9.
Oh, my name is Penny Evans, and my age is 21. A young widow in the war that's being fought in Vietnam. And I have 2 infant daughters, and I do the best I can. Now they say the war is over, but I think it's just begun. And I remember I was 17 on the day I met young Bill. And at his father's grand piano, we'd play good old Heart and Soul. And I only knew the left-hand part, and he the right so well. And he's the only boy I slept with, and the only one I will. It's first we had a baby girl, and we had 2 good years. And it was next the one a notice came, and we parted without tears. And it was 9 months from our last good night, our second babe appears. And so it's 10 months and a telegram confirming all our fears. And now every month I get a check from an army bureaucrat. And it's every month I tear it up and I mail the damn thing back. Do you think that makes it all right? Do you think I'd fall for that? And you can keep your bloody money, sure won't bring my Billy back. I never cared for politics and speeches I don't understand. And likewise never took no charity from any living man. But tonight there's 50,000 gone in that unhappy land, and 50,000 heart and souls being played with just one hand. And my name is Penny Evans, and I've just gone 21. A young widow in the war that's being fought in Vietnam. And I have 2 infant daughters, and I thank God I have no sons. Now they say the war is over, but I think it's just begun.
Let me tell you the story of a soldier named Dan. Went out to fight the good fight in South Vietnam. Went out to fight for peace, liberty and all. Went out to fight for equality hope. Let's go. And the war drags on. Found himself involved in a sea of blood and bones. Millions without faces, without hope and without homes. And the guns, they grew louder as they made dust out of bones that the flesh had long since left, just as the people left their homes. And the war drags on. They're just there to try and make the people free. But the way that they're doing it, it don't seem like that to me. Just more bloodletting and misery and tears that this poor country's known for the last 20 years. And the war drags on. Last night poor Dan had a nightmare, it seems. One kept occurring and reoccurring in his dreams. Cities full of people burning, screaming, shouting loud. And right there overhead, a great orange mushroom cloud. And there's no more war, for there's no more world. And the tears come streaming down. Yes, I like crying on the ground.
He's 5'2" and he's 6'4". He fights with missiles and with spears. He's all of 31 and he's only 17. He's been a soldier for 1,000 years. He's a Catholic, a Hindu, an atheist, a Jain, a Buddhist and a Baptist and a Jew. And he knows he shouldn't kill, and he knows he always will kill. You for me, my friend, and me for you. And he's fighting for Canada, he's fighting for France, he's fighting for the USA. And he's fighting for the Russians, and he's fighting for Japan. And he thinks we'll put an end to war this way. And he's fighting for democracy, he's fighting for the Reds. He says it's for the peace of all. He's the one who must decide who's to live and who's to die. And he never sees the writing on the wall. But without him, how would Hitler have condemned him at Dachau? Without him, Caesar would have stood alone. He's the one who gives his body as a weapon of the war. And without him, all this killing can't go on. He's the universal soldier, and he really is to blame. His orders come from far away no more. This is not the way we put an end to war.
That was the incomparable Buffy Sainte-Marie with her song Universal Soldier. Before that, The War Drags On by Donovan, showcasing some terrific songwriting and sounding maybe a little bit like Bob Dylan the year after Dylan released The Times They Are A-Changing. And just then we had the Ballad of Penny Evans, one of the saddest songs that I've ever heard. That part where he sings, Billy knew, or I knew the left-hand part and he knew the right so well. So heartbreaking. So easy to forget the human suffering of a war that was, to me, a long, long time ago. But 60,000 Americans died, 1 million Vietnamese fighters on both sides, 2 million Vietnamese citizens on each side died, each of them deserving their own ballad like Penny Evans, but for no reason. American imperialism killed millions of them for nothing. Up next, we have some weather.
And coming up next, your KTSW weather update.
It is a cool 86 right now, kind of humid with the 63%. Going to get down to 75 tonight. Tomorrow's going to be cloudy with a high 98, low of 76. Shouldn't be that bad, much less humid. Won't be as bad. Wednesday, it's going to get back up to having less clouds, but it's still going to be a high of 98, low of 75. Up next, we have Long Walk to D.C. by the Staple Singers. I'm DJ Jane. This is Get Folked.
It's a long walk to D.C., but I got my walking shoes on.
On the way to Washington.
I can't take a plane, bus or train, 'cause my money ain't that long. America, we believe, oh, that you love us still. So people, I'm going up yonder to wipe away my tears. I tell you, it's a long walk to D.C., but I'm on. Ooh, yes, I am. Ooh, yeah, but I know I'll make it someday. I know it's a whole lot of rocks and reels before I make it there. Gotta keep moving on. Should have been gone on it yesterday, but today I'm leaving here. I got a dime for some coffee. Got a dime to buy me a cake. I gotta see the president. No matter what it takes, I tell you it's a long walk to D.C. But I'm on. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yeah. But I know I'll make it someday. I know it's a whole lot of rocks and reels before I make it there. Gotta keep moving on. I should have been gone on it yesterday, but today I'm leaving here. I got a dime for some coffee, another dime, buy me a cake. I gotta see the president. No matter what it takes, I tell you it's a long walk to D.C. But I'm on. Oh, you don't hear me now. Ooh, yeah, but I know I'll make it. Gonna step out of Jackson, or Mississippi town, through Alabama. Oh, you know I'm Memphis bound. North Carolina, Virginia too. I gotta set my feet now. Oh, on the national ground. Yeah.
Look, in the sky! Whoa! It's Recycle-Lad!
That's right, kids, it's me, Recycle-Lad! I'm here to tell you that recycling helps fight the destruction of our world by the evil hands of pollution. Recycling reduces the amount of resources we use and trash we create, and along with other conservation practices, recycling puts us one step closer to the path of sustainability. A message from KTSW, the other side of radio.
3, 2, 1, action.
Everyone knows the best things in life come in threes. That's why KTSW is hosting 3 bands on the 3rd Thursday of every month. Ugh, try saying that 3 times fast. Join us at The Porch on East Hopkins Street at 9 p.m. to hear bands like Sad Cell and Demi the Daredevil. This event is 21 and up. There's no tolerance for underage third wheelers. 2 is company, but 3 is a crowd. So bring your friends. See you there.
That's why I'm marching, yes, I'm marching, marching down Freedom's Road. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, nobody gonna keep me from marching down Freedom's Road. Hand me my gun, let the bugle blow loud. I'm on my way with my head up proud. One objective I've got in view is to keep a hold of freedom for me and you. That's why I'm marching, yes, I'm marching, marching down Freedom's Road. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, nobody gonna keep me from marching down Freedom's Road. Ought to be plain as the nose on your face. There's room in this land for every race. Some folk think that freedom just ain't right. Those are the very people I want to fight. That's why I'm marching, yes, I'm marching, marching down Freedom's Road. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, nobody gonna keep me from marching down Freedom's Road. Now Hitler may rant, hero, he too may rave. I'm going after freedom if it leads me to my grave. That's why I'm marching, yes, I'm marching down Freedom's Road. United we stand, divided we fall. Let's make this land safe for one and all. I've got a message and you know it's right. Black and white together, unite and fight. That's why I'm marching, yes, I'm marching, marching down Freedom's Road. Ain't no fascist gonna stop me, no Nazis gonna keep me from marching down Freedom's Road.
That was Freedom Road by Josh White. Ain't no fascists gonna stop me. Very pertinent to times now. So you know all of that stuff about the Proud Boys trying to crash the Pride March and, you know, storming that library with the kids in it just because of a drag queen. Really scary time right now. Be safe out there. Before that, we had Long Walk to D.C. by the Staple Singers. It's from their 1968 album, Soul Folk in Action. Terrific album. Some classic protest songs, classic marching songs, which we'll have more coming up with Where Have All the Flowers Gone and Which Side Are You On by the Almanac Singers. Again, follow me on Instagram at get_folked899. Send me your folk music. I love to hear, or just shoot me a message about how you like the show. This is KTSW 89.9.
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls have picked them, every one. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? husband's gone, long time passing. Where have all the husbands gone, long time ago? Where have all the husbands gone? Gone for soldiers, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone?
Gone to graveyards, everyone.
Oh, when will they ever learn?
Oh, when will they ever learn?
Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone to flowers, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls have picked them, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn?
Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
My daddy was a miner and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man?
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Don't scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
I shall not be moved.
be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. Not be moved. On the way to heaven, I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. Oh, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. Oh, preacher, I shall not be moved. Oh, preacher, I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. I'm sanctified and holy, I shall not be moved. Sanctified and holy, I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. Oh, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved.
You are listening to KTSW 89.9.
I ain't got no home, I'm just a roaming round. Just a wandering worker, I go from town to town. And the police make it hard wherever I may go. And I ain't got no home in this world anymore. My brothers and my sisters are stranded on this road, a hot and dusty road that 1,000,000 feet have trod. Rich man took my home and drove me from my door, and I ain't got no home in this world anymore. Was a farming on the shares, and always I was poor. My crops I lay into the banker's store. My wife took down and died up on the cabin floor, and I ain't got no home in this world anymore. as I look around, it's mighty plain to see. This world is such a great and a funny place to be. All the gambling man is rich and the working man is poor, and I ain't got no home in this world anymore.
That was Woody Guthrie and I Ain't Got No Home in This World Anymore. Kicked it off with Where Have All the Flowers Gone by Peter, Paul, and Mary. Oh, in the Inside Llewyn Davis movie, they're portrayed by Justin Timberlake. And, I can't remember the actress. I'll come back to you with the actress. After that was Which Side Are You On by the Almanac Singers. Kind of a folk supergroup. They're kind of an early folk supergroup, mainly around in the 50s. They had Pete Seeger, Woody Guthrie, Burl Ives, and more. Woody Guthrie, who we just heard play I Ain't Got No Home in This World Anymore, about, who society deems its undesirables and how it treats them, as pertinent now as ever. We also heard a little bit of bluesy folk with Mississippi John Hurt's I Shall Not Be Moved, another classic protest song. I love his song, Make Me a Pallet on Your Floor. Which I will absolutely play in one of these future episodes. It just makes me feel like a little wandering frog. Don't mind me, just hopping on the next train. Love it. Now, if you're a musician listening to KTSW and you want to hear your music on the radio, we want to hear your music on our station. Go to ktsw.net and under the music tab to find our music submission address. It's ktswmusic@texasstate.edu for more info. Please send it out. I beg all of my musician friends to send their music in. And if you're listening right now and you know who you are, send your music in. We will play it. We probably will. I can't guarantee that. Up next, we have You Been to Jail for Justice by Ann Feeney. And after that, When I'm Gone by Phil Ochs. This is KTSW 89.9.
Was it Cesar Chavez? Maybe it was Dorothy Day. Some will say Dr. King or Gandhi set them on their way. No matter who your mentors are, it's pretty plain to see. If you've been to jail for justice, you're in good company. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down are ways to take a stand. Have you sung a song for freedom or marched that picket line? Have you been to jail for justice? Oh, you're a friend of mine. You law-abiding citizens, listen to this song. Laws were made by people, and people can be wrong. Once unions were against the law, but slavery was fine. Women were denied the vote, and children worked the mine. The more you study history, the less you can deny it. A rotten law stays on the books till folks with guts defy it. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down are ways to take a stand. Have you sung a song for freedom or marched that picket line? Have you been to jail for justice? Oh, you're a friend of mine. Now the law's supposed to serve us, and so are the police. When that system fails, it's up to us to speak our piece. It takes eternal vigilance for justice to prevail. So get courage from your convictions. Let them haul you off to jail. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down are ways to take a stand. Have you sung a song for freedom or marched that picket line? Have you been to jail for justice? Will you go to jail for justice? Have you been to jail for justice? Oh, you're a friend of mine.
The Attorney for Students office at Texas State is here to help you navigate the legal system. The AFS office provides free legal services including critical legal counsel, limited scope representation, and education in legal rights and responsibilities for all current students. Their attorneys will help you in renting law, immigration, criminal law, and so much more. To visit the Attorney for Students office website, go to attorney.dos.txstate.edu. A message from KTSW, the other side of radio.
Hey there, partner. Now you might think it's gotta be boring out here in the desert all by my lonesome, but this old cowpoke is never without entertainment because I can stream KTSW 89.9 even way out here on the frontier. And you can too by going to ktsw.txstate.edu.
There's no place in this world where I'll belong when I'm gone, and I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone, and you won't find me singing on this song when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't feel the flowing of the time when I'm gone. All the pleasures of love will not be mine when I'm gone. My pen won't pour a lyric line when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't breathe the bracing air when I'm gone, and I can't even worry about my cares when I'm gone. Won't be asked to do my share when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't be running from the rain when I'm gone, and I can't even suffer from the pain when I'm gone. Can't say who's to praise and who's to blame when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. Won't see the golden of the sun when I'm gone, and the evenings and the mornings will be one when I'm gone. Can't be singing louder than the guns while I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. All my days won't be dances of delight when I'm gone, and the sands will be shifting from my side when I'm gone. Can't add my name into the fight while I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't be laughing at the lies when I'm gone, and I can't question how or when or why when I'm gone. Can't live proud enough to die when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. There's no place in this world where I'll belong when I'm gone, and I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. And you won't find me singing on this song when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it. I guess I'll have to do it. Guess I'll have to do it while I'm here.
We kicked it off with Have You Been to Jail for Justice by Ann Feeney, and just then we had When I'm Gone by Phil Ochs. My favorite, Phil Ochs. Understanding that we won't be able to fight the good fight once we're gone. It's a good message to live by, especially with all the scary stuff that's happening right now during Pride Month. Please stay safe, friends. I can't wait to continue to show you all that is so very close to my heart over the course of this summer, over the course of this show. This will close out the first episode of Get Folked. Next week is Freak Folk. Stick around. Thank you so much for listening. This is DJ Jane signing off.